Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Harita from Texas, welcoming all of you to the mid-morning Japa session and thanking all of you for attending this session. And let us move to our next session, that is Nectar of Devotion. So before going to that session, I would request all the devotees on the call to please introduce themselves. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, and with Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Nitu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji, for joining this session every day. And welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna Yashamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj Mataji. Thank you for that beautiful recitation of Bhagavad Gita Mataji, and all glories to your services to the group Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for your services, Mataji.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, Sadhguru Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtida Sundari dasi. Thank you, Mataji, for your services.
Hare Krishna Kirtida Sundari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for all your services, and welcome to the call, Mataji, and thank you for giving today's session, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, is there anyone who wants to introduce themselves? Hare Krishna. I once again welcome all of you to this mid-morning Japa session of Bhakti Sangha. So our next session, that is the topic is Nectar of Devotion, and it will be given by Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Hare Krishna. Kirtida Sundari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances once again, Mataji. Thank you for giving your valuable time and association today and enlightening us on this topic, Mataji. I would just like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote, Mataji, before handing over the call. So today's quote of the day is April 10th. Hearing the vibration of Hare Krishna automatically reminds one of Krishna's pastime. Both of them arise simultaneously in the mind when one is sincerely chanting. You cannot make any distinction between listening to the sound and thinking of the pastimes. But the process is to hear, and then Krishna's pastimes form, qualities, etc., will automatically come to mind. That is very nice. Letter to Satswarupa, April 10th, 1969. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Please take over the call. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Adita Mataji, for your warm welcome. Thank you, Yashoda Mataji, for the beautiful recitation. And thank you, dear devotees, for sharing your valuable time. We'll start with Mangalacharan and then we'll go ahead. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauri Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Guruve Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishna Bhaktaye Tadbhaktaye Namo Namaha Ananda Leela Maya Vigrahaya Hemava Divya Chavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Mukam karoti vācālam pangum lingāyate girim yatkripahatam ham bande Shri Guru Dīnatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna, dear devotees, my humble obeisances to each and every one of you. Kindly bless me. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So we are in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and we have already covered around 19 limbs of devotional service in detail. So we saw that how Srila Rupa Goswami, he mentions 64 limbs which are important for our devotional service. First 10 are the positive do's, the next 10 are the don'ts, the negative connotations, which also we have to follow. The rest of them are, in general, we have to try to follow those limbs in order to progress in our service. And last 5 are the most important ones that Srila Rupa Goswami quotes. And those have already been included in those rest of 64, but still Rupa Goswami says that because these are the important ones, I want to give emphasis on these 5. Therefore, I am explaining it again. After giving the list of 64 limbs of devotional service, then Srila Rupa Goswami said that I'll give the evidence from the Shastras to emphasize and to also give the evidence or the proof that whatever limbs that I have quoted is not out of my mental concoction. And everything is there in the Shastras. So he quotes the Shastra Praman, and now we are in that Shastra Praman that Rupa Goswami is quoting. So let me share my screen. So we have covered the 19 ones, right? Yeah. So after 18th, this 19th was covered last Friday, which is offenses to be avoided. That is Seva Nama Aparadha. And in this Seva Nama Aparadha, Srila Rupa Goswami quotes 64 Nama Aparadhas. Right? 64 Nama Aparadhas he quotes. But then he says, Sarva Aparadha Kritapi Munchate Hari Samshaya Hare Rapi Aparadhana Yukure Dvipadam Shavaha. That one will become free from all these seva aparadha if one focus on Nam. So all the aparadhas, whether it is seva aparadha, dhama aparadha, vigraha aparadha, all these aparadhas can be mitigated if one focus on Nam aparadha. Mantratas, tantras, chitram, desha, kalarthavastata, sarvam karoti nichchadam, anusankirtanam tava. So there may be many discrepancies in pronouncing the mantras and following the regulative principles, and as per the time, place, circumstances, as per the purity, as per the paraphernalia, right? So mantratas, tantras, chitram, desha, kalarthavastata. Maybe desh, kal, paristhiti according. There may be a lot of discrepancies in doing all these rituals. And deity worship is one of the ritual, right? It's a seva that we do, and we can have a lot of discrepancies in pronouncing the mantras and regulative principles. But sarvam karoti nichchadram anusankirtanam. But when you chant Krishna's holy name, and everything becomes faultless, right? So this is what we studied. That sarva pradha kritapi munchate hari samshaya hare rapi aparadha yat kurvat dvipadam shavaha. So then one should have all the offenses are mitigated by chanting the Krishna's holy name. But if somebody commits aparadha in Krishna's holy name, bahujanme kare yadi shravana kirtana tavatana paya Krishna pade premadana. That if somebody chants Krishna's holy name, but he commits offenses, then bahujanme kare yadi shravana kirtana. And no matter how many lifetimes he takes in hearing about Krishna and chanting Krishna's name, but if he is doing with offenses, tabutanapaya Krishna pade premadhana, and he will not attain the perfection of the chanting of the holy name, that is Krishna's praying. And then in this regard, Krishna Rupa Goswami quotes 10 Nama Pradhas, right? All these 10 Nama Pradhas that we have studied and we recited daily. And of course, these are all quoted in Haribhakti Vilas. So those who want more on this can refer to Haribhakti Vilas. Also, I have explained in the detail about every single Nama Parad in our sessions in Madhurya Kadambari. But I think so if somebody reads Hari Bhakti Vilas, because everything what I quoted in those classes is also from Hari Bhakti Vilas. So we can refer those. Moving forward, Srila Rupa Goswami says, now I want to discuss the further considerations of devotional service. So in chapter 8, he only discussed only one Namaprad, that is Seva Namaprad. And in Seva Namaprad, he discussed 32 Namapradas that we perform during doing any kind of seva or rituals or religious activities. So, and to mitigate that, we should chant the holy name. But Namaprad also he quotes that there are 10 Namapradas. And if somebody commits Namaprad, then there is no rescue. So we have to be very, very careful. Now coming on to verse number 20, not verse rather, the 20th limb of devotional service, Tannindadi Asahishnata Yatha Shri Dashame. So now Srila Rupa Goswami is quoting Tannindadi Asahishnata. So normally when we join this Bhakti Yoga, the first principle that is taught to us is Sahishunata, that you have to be very, very tolerant. Very, very tolerant you have to be. Tolerant like more than like a tree. Tarorapi Sahishun, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. But here, Srila Rupa Goswami says that this is also one of the limb of devotional service. Tannindadi ashahishnata yathat Shri Dashame, and he is quoting from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So tannindadi ashahishnata. So what it means that you should not tolerate. One should not tolerate what? The envy or criticism of devotees or the envy or criticism of Krishna. Nindam Bhagavatashramaram Statparasya Janasya Vatato Naipayati Yasopi Yati Adha Sukritchataha. Nindam Bhagavatashramaram. If somebody hears the blasphemy of whom? Of Lord or his devotees. Nindam Bhagavatashramaram. If somebody hears. Tatparasya Janasya Sa. And Ninda of whom? Either Bhagavan, Swayam, or Parasya Janasya, or his faithful devotees. If somebody hears the Ninda or criticism, Tato Naipati Yasopyati, then and he hears how? He hears with rapt attention. Tato na paiti. He doesn't want to leave that place. He is very eager to hear those gossips. Then keep hearing criticism. Means he or she loves to hear that criticism. Yati adha sukritachyuta. Then 10th canto is saying that this is Sukadev Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj. Falls down, he falls down. Sukritchyutaha. Achyuta means infallible. Chuta means he falls down. He falls down from adha. Adha means to fall down. Sukrit, of all his pious credit. So whatever pious credits one performs by doing the devotional service, immediately they are lost. As soon as one lends one ears in hearing the ninda, in hearing the criticism of Bhagavat, of Bhagavan, and Parasya Janasya and his faithful devotees. And Tato na paiti yasopeti, and he doesn't want to leave that place. He wants to keep hearing the criticism. So Sukadev Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj, my dear king, if a person after hearing blasphemous propaganda against the Lord and its devotees does not go away from that place, he doesn't want to go, then he becomes bereft of the effect of all pious activities. Adha sukritachyutaha. In one of the Lord Chaitanya's Shikshashtakam verse, it stated that devotees should be more tolerant than the tree, taro rapi sahishana, and more submissive than a grass. Then he should offer all respects to us. Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi shahishuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya salahari. But does not accept any honor for it himself. In spite of these instructions, Lord Chaitanya, being so humble and meek as a devotee, when he was informed of the injuries that were inflicted on the body of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he immediately ran on the spot to kill Madhai. This behavior of Lord Chaitanya's is very significant. It shows that a Vaishnava may be very tolerant and meek, foregoing everything for his personal honor. When it comes for personal honor and dishonor, then one should be very, very tolerant. But when it is a question of the honor of Krishna or his devotees, he will not tolerate any insult. That is what is known as asahishnata. When it comes to the question of the honor of Krishna and his devotees, there is no need to tolerate. And then he says that there are 3 ways of dealing such insults. The very first way is, if someone is heard blaspheming by words, one should be expert enough to defeat the opposing party by argument. This is the very first way. If somebody is insulting or blaspheming another devotee, we should be very expert in opposing and giving our judgment, or we should be expert enough to defeat the opposing party by any kind of argument that is needed to protect the honor of that devotee. That's the very first way. If we are not able to do that, and if one is unable to defeat the opposing party, then the second step is that he should not stand there meekly. Rather, should give up his life. He should commit suicide after hearing the blasphemy. So if you cannot defeat the opposing party by any kind of argument in honor of the devotee who is being criticized, then one should give up one's life. Well, as per Desh Kal Paristiti, as per time, place, circumstances, this is not allowed. So Prabhupada says that the third process is followed. If he is unable to execute among 2 processes, first you cannot commit suicide and you have no way where you can defeat the opposing party by argument, then this is the best. One must leave the place and go away. Yad gatva na nivartante. Then leave that place, even if we have to tell lie. Even if we have to tell lie, but it's better to tell lie than to hear the blasphemy of a devotee. You can make n number of excuses, and you must leave that place and never to return back in that assembly. If a person does not follow any of the above 3 mentioned processes, then he falls down from his position of devotion. Adha sukrita chitaha. Then one falls down from all the accumulated piety. So what's the use? There is no point. But when it comes to the blasphemy of others, we should not hear. We should be intolerant. 0 tolerance we should have. And in that regard, 3 things are given. Either we can defeat the opposing party by presenting argument. If we cannot do that, we should give up our life. We should commit suicide. Of course, that is not recommended. So the best is that you should leave that place and go away. Never to come back. Point is, don't tolerate. Don't show your eagerness. Don't lend your ears in hearing the blasphemy of others. N number of excuses, like any excuse, no matter what. You may say you have to use a restroom, you have to chant extra rounds, you have to make a certain phone call, and somebody is waiting for you, or if you are at home and you have to address certain problems. If somebody's on phone and blaspheming, you can say that I'll get back to you. Please, I have another call to attend. Or somebody's calling me. This is an important call. I have to take it. N number of reasons. And they may be full of lies. It's okay. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay rather to hear the blasphemy of others. 21. Adha Vaishnava Chinna Dhriti Yatha Padme. Adha Vaishnava Chinna Dhriti. Vaishnava Chinna Dhriti, we have already discussed that to accept the symbols of the Vaishnava. Right? And especially in the Sri Sampradaya, when the fire banding is done on our arms, right? And the symbol of Shankha Chakra Gada Padma is marked. So that is Vaishnava Chinna Dhriti. Now from Padma Puran, Srila Rupa Goswami is quoting. Ye kantha lagna tulasi naliknakshamala, ye bahu mula parichinna shankha chakra, ye va lalata phalake lasat urdhva pundras, te Vaishnava bhavanamashu pravatranti ashu. Ashu refers to very quickly you will be liberated. You will be liberated from this. You will purify yourself rather. So by doing what? Ye kantha lagna tulasi nalinaksha mala. So when you wear tulasi mala, we wear tulasi mala in our neck. So kantha lagna means that tulsi mala should be attached to your kantha. It's okay if it is hanging down, but in that case, you can wear 2 tulsi malas. If the tulsi mala is touching your neck portion or your chest portion, it's okay. But there should be another tulsi mala that should touch your kantha or your neck, this portion. So kantha lagna tulsi, or sometimes it is said nalik aksha mala. Aksha is referred to Rudraksha. Right? So traditionally, sometimes it says that Rudraksha mala also can be worn. But we, as for Vaishnava tradition, we don't wear Rudraksha. Right? So we wear what? Tulsi mala. Ye bahu mula, upper part of our arms. Parichinnita, we have to get it marked with Shankha and Chakra, with these marks of Shankha and Chakra, which is normally prominent in our Shri Sampradaya culture. Ye va lalata palke. Lalata means our forehead. It should be marked with what? Lasad urdhva pundara, our tilak. This tilak, the Vaishnava tilak, the Gaudiya tilak that we wear, is known as urdhva pundara. The name of our tilak is urdhva pundara. So we have to mark our forehead with this tilak, which is very, very important. Wearing tilak is very, very important. Te Vaishnava Bhuvanam Ashu Pravadhanti, that person who do all these things. What? Either they wear Tulasi Mala attached to their kanta, they wear Urdhva Pundra Tilak, or their upper part of the arms is marked with Shankha Chakra or some names of Radha and Krishna. Then what happens? Te Vaishnava Bhuvanam, that person on this earth, that individual, he quickly purify himself. Pavitranti, he becomes purified. Ashu, very quickly he becomes purified. So we were talking about wearing Urdhva Pundra Tilak, very, very important, because wearing Tilak, very first thing is it reminds ourselves that we are devotees. Right? We are devotees and we are Vaishnavas. We are the followers of Lord Shri Krishna and Shri Rupa Goswami and Srila Prabhupada. So in honor in that, we wear this Urdhva Pundra Tilak. Every time it should be worn. Prabhupada says those who have Tulasi Mala and Tilak on their forehead, then Yamadutas will not be able to touch them. So the first reason it reminds ourselves that we are Vaishnava. Just like the soldier goes on to the border, the forefront, will always wear the entire dress, the uniform. And not only that, will also be equipped with all the weapons. So this kanthi and this tilak is our weapon, the weapon of a Vaishnava. Against whom? Against Maya. So we should always wear. So this reminds us that we are Vaishnava. Just as the soldier, when equipped with all the weapons and wearing the uniforms, is always reminded that I am on duty. I am on duty. So similarly, we should always wear this tilak and kanti to remind ourselves that we are on duty and this is a war against Maya. The second reason is that this is known as the Agnya Chakra, right? And then this doesn't have to be left empty. So it always have to be marked with some tilak. So that is the second reason. Third reason is that if we wear tilak and if somebody sees us, we'll be reminded of Krishna. So we are giving others also the opportunity to get reminded of Krishna. You see, when you are wearing this tilak and you go out to some store, some Walmart or some Costco, at least I got this personal experience. Many people will come and will ask, oh, wow, this tilak is looking so beautiful on your face. What is this tilak about? And then you get an opportunity to explain about this tilak. So at least even for a few seconds, they are able to hear the name Krishna. They are able to hear the name Tulasi. They are able to hear the lotus feet of Krishna. So they lend their ears to hear something about Krishna, which will add on to their Sukriti. So we are giving others the opportunity. Therefore, Lalata Phalakela Sadurdhva Pondaras. One should always wear this tilak and of course this kanti. In the Padma Puran, there is a statement, persons who put tulsi neck on beads on the neck and mark 12 places of their bodies of Vishnu temples. So not only on forehead, but 12 places we mark our tilak, right? The symbolic representations, the 4 items held in the 4 hands of Lord Vishnu, conch, mace, disc, and lotus, and who have Vishnu tilak on their foreheads are to be understood as the devotees of Lord Vishnu in this world. Their presence makes the world purified, and anywhere they remain, they make that place as good as Vaikuntha. 22. Namakshara Dhritihi Yatha Skande. Now from Skanda Puran, Rupa Goswami is quoting another. Namakshara Dhritihi. Namakshara refers to what? Names of Hari on one's body. So previously it was the signs of Vaishnava, symbols, right? Vaishnava Chinna, or wearing Tulsi Mala and wearing our tilak. But now he is saying Namakshara Dhriti. The Namakshara also can be good, especially when you go to Vrindavan. You will find small little girls and they're coming and they'll put Radhe Radhe. They have that mark and they'll dip it in chandan and they'll put it on your cheeks, on your forehead, and it says Radhe Radhe. Harinam Akshara Yutam Bhale Gopi Mridantikam Tulisi Malarokshanam Uprashya Yambodata. So from Skanda Puran, now Srila Rupa Goswami is saying Harinam Akshara Yutam Bhale. Foreheads should be decorated with tilak or with Harinam, like you put Radhanam or Harinam, with Gopi Chandan, Gopi Mridantikam. Gopi Mrida means the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis, that is Gopi Chandan. You have to mark Ankitam, you have to mark your foreheads as with Harinam Aksharam. Tulasi Malikokshanam. Ura means your Urakshanam, means Ura means refers to neck. So chest. Your chest region should also have Tulasi. So chest should be decorated with what? Tulasi Mala. Now in the previous verse it was saying Kanta, but here it is chest. So sometimes devotees wear a longer Tulsi Mala, but for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we keep the Tulsi Mala on our Kanta. And if we want to wear longer, better to wear 2, one on Kant and one on, which is hanging down to your chest. Sprishyor na yambodataha. Anyone who performs these activities will never be touched by the ferocious servants of Yamaraj. Persons who have decorated with tilak or gopi chandan and who mark their bodies all over the holy names of the Lord and whose necks and breasts there are tulsi beads are never approached by the Yamadutas. The Yamadutas are the constables of King Yama, who punishes all sinful men. Vaishnavas are never called by such constables of Yamaraj. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the narration of Ajamil's deliverance, it is said that Yamaraj gave this clear instructions to his assistants not to approach the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are beyond the jurisdiction of Yamaraj's activities. And this verse is what? Jivhana Vakti Bhagavad Gunanamadhyan Chetaschana Smriti Tacharnaravindanam Krishnaya no Mameti Krishnaya no Namati Yat Shira Ekadapi. Even if once, if somebody has chanted the names of Krishna, Tad Anadhavaya Masato Krita Vishnu Kritya, then, oh, my servants, Yamaraj is saying, oh, my servants, don't bring those personalities to me. If somebody is chanting Krishna's holy name, even once if they have chanted, then naturally the question is that whom should we bring? Jivhana Vakti Bhagavad Gunanamade. Bring those personalities to me, those sinful people whose tongue has never tasted the name or the qualities of Krishna. Means those who have never chanted, those whose hearts have never remembered the lotus feet of Krishna, and those heads who have not even once bow down to Lord Shri Krishna. Bring those people to me, but don't bring those who are chanting the names of Krishna, or even once they have surrendered unto Krishna. Don't bring to them. Padmecha from Padma Puran, now he's quoting another reference he's giving in the same connection. Krishna Namakshrir Gatram Ankeya Chandana Dina Sa Loko Pavano Bhutva Tasya Lokam Avapniyat. So in this regard, he's saying, if somebody, Krishna Namakshrir Gatram, if a person whose body is decorated with the pulp of sandalwood, Chandana Adi Dina means Chandana and etc., with paintings of the holy name of the Lord, is delivered from all sinful reactions. Saloka pavano bhutva tasya lokam avapniyat. And after his death, he first of all is delivered from all sinful reactions, and after his death, where he goes, tasya lokam avapniyat means he directly goes to Krishna loka to live in the association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So how important it is to wear Kanti Mala and Tilak, our Urdhva Pundra Tilak. We should always wear. Make it a habit to always wear this. As soon as we take shower, we wipe ourselves, wear clothes, and then fresh after wearing those fresh clothes, we should wear this Tilak. We should always wear this Tilak. And make sure Kanti is always there. Sometimes it happens that Kanti breaks. So we should have an extra Kanti Mala that as soon as it breaks, another one should be immediately be worn. Never there should be a time, not even a single moment, where our neck is without Kanti Mala. Next, Nirmalya Dhriti. Nirmalya Dhriti, accepting prasadam. Nirmalya means something that is being offered to Lord Shri Krishna, especially Krishna's remnants. Yatha Ekadashe. Now he's quoting from Ekadasha, from the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse is spoken by Shri Uddhava to Lord Shri Krishna. Taya bhukta shrakkantha vasolankara charchitah uchishta bhojano dasas tavamayam jayemahi. Very, very famous verse where Shri Uddhavji, he says, Tara ubhukta, something that has been enjoyed by you, O Krishna. Whether it is shrag refers to garland, gandha refers to the scented oil, vasa refers to his garment, alankara refers to the ornament, and charchitaha means the sandalwood paste. So anything that is being accepted by Lord Shri Krishna, which is enjoyed by Lord Shri Krishna. And then uchishto, after that, the remnants of foodstuffs, uchishto bhojana, that is also included in that. Because first the food is enjoyed by Krishna. It's amaniya, it's bhoga. And then it becomes prasada as soon as it is offered to Krishna. And then whatever is left is regarded to as the remnants of Lord Shri Krishna. Dasastava mayam jayemahi. Then who will accept? Because somebody who is a menial servant. So Uddhava is saying, Dasastava, I am your menial servant, so I'll accept all this. Mayam jayemahi. Because after accepting the remnants of something that is being enjoyed by you, O Krishna, I'll be able to cross over your Maya. I will be able to win over Jayamihi. I will be able to win over your Maya, your illusory energy. Uddhava says to Krishna, my dear Krishna, I have taken things which have been used and enjoyed, such as your garlands, scented oils, garments, ornaments, and I eat only the remnants of your foodstuffs, because Dasastava, I am your menial servant. So therefore, I am sure that I shall not be attacked by the spell of your material energy. Tava mayam jaye mahi. I will win over your maya. The purport of this verse is that for any person who simply follows these rules and regulations of decorating the body with the marks of tilak of gopi chandan or sandalwood pulp, and who puts on the garlands which were offered to Krishna, there is no question of being conquered by the spell of material energy. At that time of death, there is no question of such a person being called by the constables of Yamaraj. Even if one does not accept all the Vaishnava principles, but still takes the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna or Krishna Mahaprasad, he will gradually become qualified to rise on the platform of a Vaishnava. And we all are the evidence of a praman of this principle. Because before coming to Krishna consciousness, we were eating all nonsense. We were only doing something for sense gratification. Whatever we want, we like, we were eating without even checking on what we are eating. We don't even check for it. But after coming into Krishna consciousness, when this principle of Krishna Prasadam was introduced to us, then we become careful. And then what we do? Then we take this vow that, we should always, our tongue should taste only Krishna Prasadam. So anything that is offered to Krishna, we accept. So we are neither non-vegetarian, neither we are vegetarian, but we are prasadatarian. We only accept Krishna Prasad, right? And then one gradually rises to the platform of a Vaishnava. Prasadam works miracles. Trust me, Prasad works miracles. So especially those who ask that, oh, my family is not conducive and my family doesn't support me. So it's very important that we should feed them Krishna Prasadam. And Krishna Prasadam work miracles. So this is Nirmalya Dhriti. Something that has been enjoyed by Krishna becomes Nirmalya, becomes Prasad. Skandecha, in this regard, now he is quoting from Skanda Puran. Krishnottirnam tu nirmalayam yasyangam sparishte muni sarvarogas tatha papir mukto bhavati Narada. O Narada, he is saying, now Skanda Puran, Lord Brahma tells this to Narada. Krishnottirnam tu nirmalyam yasangam sparishte. Anyone who gets the sparsh, who gets the touch of nirmalya, of something that is being enjoyed by Krishna. Now it can be a garland, it can be an ornament, it can be a vastra, anything that has been enjoyed by Krishna, nirmalyam, if somebody accepts it, yasya angasparshe, if we touch that that article, that thing that is being touched, accepted by Krishna, which has become nirmalya now, sarva roges tatha papir, one will be relieved from all kinds of disease. And not only disease, roga se bhi jate hain papir, even the sinful reactivities and reactions to our sinful activities are also gone. Mukta bhavati, one is gradually liberated for Narada. Anyone who puts on his neck the flower garland. So not only flower garland, but nirmalayam refers to something which has been enjoyed by Lord Shri Krishna, which was formerly used by Krishna, becomes relieved from all diseases. He becomes relieved from all diseases and reactions to sinful activities, and he is gradually liberated from the contaminations of matter. Sarva roges tatha pape mukto bhavati Narada. Now, next is Agre Tandavanam. Tandavam means to dance. Tandav karna. But not like Lord Shiva, but dancing in front of the deities. Agre Tandavam. Yatha Dwarka Mahatmya. So from Dwarka Mahatmya, now Srila Rupa Goswami is quoting. Yo nityati prahashatma bhavir bhavusha bahushu bhaktita sah nidrahati papani manvantarashateshvapi. Wow, this is so great. Yo nityati, somebody who dances in front of the Lord. Prahashatatma means very joyfully he dances without getting noticed by others, not to please others, but to please the Supreme Personality of God. Bhavir bahushu bhaktita, and he dances bhavir bahushu bhaktita. So he's saying that person, he will manifest different features of bodily expressions. Bhavir means emotions. Bahushu means many. Bhaktita, the emotions of devotional service, will be experienced. Sa nidrahati papani, and therefore he will burn away all the papa, all the sins that have been accumulated. For how long they have been accumulated? Manmantra Shateshwapi. Those sins that have been committed in hundreds of manvantaras. And what is the duration of one manvantara? Anybody knows? Anyone knows what is it?
71. Is it 1000 years?
Ah,
71.
yeah, 71 Divya
One-
Yugas. Not one yuga. One Chatur Yuga, one Divya Yuga is one Satya, one Treta, one Dwapar, one Kali. That makes one Divya Yuga. 71 such Divya Yugas refers to one reign of Manu. That is one Manvantara. Now he's saying Manvantara Shateshwapi means Satash means hundreds and thousands of Manvantaras. If we have committed sinful reactions, they will be all gone if we dance in front of the deities. How important it is. So please, whenever there is a chance, whenever some Sankirtan is going on, don't restrict yourself. If you feel like dancing, get up and dance, because that really pleases Krishna. And dance as if nobody is watching you. But not in a very, what do you say, aggressive way, but in a very, very nice way. Especially Srila Prabhupada has given all of us the Swami step. So we should try to dance. Then we will have all the profound devotional ecstasy, bhavir bahushu bhaktita. We will develop all these emotions of bhakti. Tatha Shri Naradokto. Now Narad Muni also quotes. He's quoting another, Rupa Goswami is quoting another thing on this Nrityam. I saw Bhakti Sangaya. Preeti Mataji was raising
No, nothing. I
Oh.
was just trying to see where the rest of the reactions are. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. So now he's saying Naradukto. So he's quoting another from Narada Muni, statement by Narada Muni from the same book. Which book? Dwarka Mahatmya. He's quoting Nrityanam Shripatir Agre Talika Vadane Bhrisham Udyante Sharirastha Sarve Pataka Pakshina. So he is quoting from Narada, from Dwarka Mahatmyam only, but Narad Muni has said this. Nrityanam Shripatir. Shripatir means who is the pati of Shri, Lakshmi Devi. That is our Lord Vishnu or Narayan. If somebody dances in front of Shripati, in front of Lord Shri Vishnu, Agre, in front of Lord Vishnu, and not only dances, but talika, repeatedly clap one's hand, vadaner, sings or plays some instrument. Udyante sharirastha sarve pataka pakshina. And as soon as you clap your hands or you dance in front of the deities, then what happens? All the birds like sins, sarva pataka pakshina. Pataka refers to our sins, and these sins are referred to the pakshis or the birds. So all the birds like sins who are sitting on the tree, udiyante, they fly away. They are present on the tree-like body. The sins that are present in our body, which is referring to the birds present on the trees, they immediately fly away. Udyante, they fly away. Those paksha who are sharirastha, those who are sitting on the tree-like body. So the sins, the meaning is that all the birds like sins who are sitting on the tree-like body, they immediately fly away as soon as one repeatedly claps one hands and dance in front of the deities. From the body of any person who claps and dances before the day, showing manifestation of ecstasy, all the birds of sinful activities fly away upward. Just as the clapping the hands, one may cause many birds to fly away. Similarly, the birds of all sinful activities which are sitting on the tree-like body, can be made to fly away simply by dancing and clapping before the deities of Krishna. So all these examples, they all tell us that we should not hold ourselves when we feel like dancing for Krishna. Dandavannatihi. Now next is offering our Dandavat, paying prostrate obeisances to the Supreme Lord. Yatha Naradya, again Narad Muni, Narada Puran, he says, what he says, Ekopi Krishnaya Krita Pramano Dashashve Medhava Vratirna Tulya Dashashvamedhi Punareti Janma Krishna Pranamina Punarbhavaya. So now he's saying, paying our prostrate obeisances, offering our respect to the deities. So, paying our obeisances, doing namaha or offering our obeisances. Now, this obeisances for the ladies is refers to as panchanga pramana. They don't lie flat like a stick on the ground. They do panchang pranam, but the prabhus, they can do ashtang praman. They can praman, they can fall like a stick, like a dandavat, like a dandavat, like a stick. They have to fall down. So he's saying, Narad Muni is saying, Ekopi Krishnaya Krita Pramano. If somebody performs this Dandavat Pranam is same as Panchang Praman for ladies. Okay, for Matajis, it is Panchang Praman, which is refers to as Dandavat Pranam, but for Prabhus, it is literally falling like a stick, like a danda. So anybody who performs this pranam in front of Lord Shri Krishna, Ekopi, once, single obeisances to Lord Shri Krishna. Krita Pramano, if somebody performs this pranam to Lord Shri Krishna, Dashashve Medhya Avabhritirna Tulya, it is not equal to 10 Ashwamedha sacrifices. So Avabhrita refers to the snan. It's the bath that somebody takes, the bathing ceremony that happens, which is for purification after completing the sacrifices. So after completing one Ashwamedha sacrifice, the person who is performing that sacrifice have to do Avabhrita Snan, which means the bathing ceremony for purification. So if somebody performs 10 such sacrifices and performs 10 such snans, that is not equal to one single obeisances to Lord Shri Krishna. Dashashme Vedhi Punareti Janma, because somebody who has performed the 10 Ashwamedha sacrifices have to attain another birth in this world. Because after performing Ashwamedha sacrifices, what is happening? One is gaining piety. So to consume that piety, first of all, after getting that piety, one will enjoy it in the heavenly planets. Now the piety is 100% consumed. So then what happens? One will come back in this world. So Dashashvamedhi Punarati Janma, if somebody is performing that such 10 Ashwamedha Yagya, Ashwamedha sacrifices, he will come back to this world. You have to take birth in this world. But Krishna pranami na punarbhavaya. But one who is offering one single obeisances to Krishna will never come back to this material world. A person who has performed a great ritualistic sacrifice and a person who has simply offered his respectful obeisances by bowing down before the Lord cannot be held as equals. Na tullaya. The person who has executed many great sacrifices will attain the result of his pious activities. But when such results are finished, then what? Shunya punya martyam loke. Then one comes back to this earth and take birth on the earthly planet. But Krishna pranami, if somebody is offering respects to Krishna, na punarbhavaya, offer respects, going down before the deity will not come back in this world because he will directly go to the abode of Krishna. So please don't feel lazy when you come in front of the deities. I'll confess this, that I sometimes really feel lazy, especially in our home temple. That yes, morning when you wake up, you bow down. But after every offering, we should bow down, like offering some bhoga, which normally sometimes I feel lazy in bowing down. And in the afternoon, when you give shayan, you should bow down in night time. But even after offering bhoga, it is recommended that one should offer one's pranam. which I confess that I feel sometimes lazy, sometimes back pain and age, so many things. So, but it's saying Krishna pranami na bhunar bhavaya, but he will not come back to this world because he will directly go to the abode of Krishna. Yes, Sonal Mataji, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. So I had a question, like I go to work, so I can do the morning and evening seva, but I am not at home during afternoon. So I cannot do the afternoon seva. So
That's
uh,
okay.
that's okay.
Yeah, it all depends like what deities you have, and
Yeah.
then whether you have initiated or not. And those
Yeah.
have been given to you by your spiritual master. And when he gives you certain instructions along with those deities.
Okay.
Then you have to follow no matter what. But if you're not initiated, you're just aspiring and you have deities at home, you can set your own standards. But as per the scriptures, because the home standards are different from the temple standards, and then time, circumstances, desh, kal, paristiti, try to do as possible. My Guru Maharaj used to say that when we used to travel and the deities are at home, he used to say, do manasik. Do manasik. So,
Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
thank you, Auntie. Okay, next limb is Abhyuthanam. Abhyuthana means that you have to rise up, you have to stand up upon seeing this arrival of the Supreme Lord. So when we are in the temple and the curtains are open, we should, if possible, we should stand up, then pay our obeisances. And sometimes the class is going on, it doesn't look nice that the whole class is standing, the deities' curtains are getting opened. Then at least wherever you are, just acknowledge the presence of the Lord. Sit there because you are hearing what? You are hearing Krishna Katha. And that Krishna Katha is not different from Krishna. Okay, so you cannot give another to Krishna Katha by standing up and looking at the deities or offering your obeisances. But at the same time, you cannot ignore. Even this, you must have heard also that somebody who gives class in the temple, even the speakers acknowledge if at that time during the Katha, the curtains get opened or the Aarti starts, even the speaker he acknowledges, and so the devotees should also acknowledge. And if somebody sees the Lord coming, sometimes Utsav deities are taken out for some yatra and all. So one should immediately stand up and bow down before the Supreme Lord. And he is quoting from Skanda Puran. Sorry, Brahmand Puran. Yatha Brahmande. From Brahmand Puran, he is quoting. Yanarudam pura preksha samyantam janardanam apyuthanam narakurvam patayat sarva kilpisham. That having seen the Supreme Lord Janardana, who is seated on some vehicle, arunam, yanarudam, means sometimes he is on vehicle like palanquin or some cart. And if somebody sees that cart or that palanquin arriving towards oneself, then a person should immediately stand up and offer their obeisances. And a person who does this, apyuthanam naraha kurvam, if somebody immediately stands up and acknowledges the presence of the deities, patayat sarva kalpisham, he will be destroyed of all the sinful reactions. Standing up, so yatra cart or festival, then one should stand up to receive the Lord, can purge all kinds of sinful results from his body. Parthavat sarva kilvishan. Now this is what? This is Abhyuthanam, that is rising. Now next is Anuvrajya. Anuvrajya means that one should walk behind the deity in some procession. Now he's quoting from Bhavishyatare, from Bhavishya Puran. What he's quoting? Rathena sa gachanti parshvata prashtato krataha vishnaiva sama sarve bhavanti swapadadaha. If somebody is swapadadaha, means swapada means a dog eater. Even if somebody is a dog eater, but still, Rathena sah gachanti, if somebody walks behind the cart or that vehicle or that palanquin, so sah gachanti, if somebody walks behind the car, parshvata or beside the cart, or Prishthato means behind the cart, or Agrataha means in front of the cart. Okay, so you have to see Rathena Sah, along with Parshvataha. If somebody is walking beside the cart, means cart is there, the Supreme Lord is there, and you are walking beside the cart. Prashthato, you are walking behind the cart. Cart is in front and you are behind. Agrataha, you are in front and the cart is behind. Anyone, Vishnu Saiva Samah Sarve. Then everybody will be called as Vaishnava. He becomes a Vaishnava. He becomes a Vaishnava. Sarve Bhavanti Swapada. Even if somebody is from a low class or dog eaters, if somebody, he attains the form Vishnava Samha Sarve, he will attain the same form as that of the Supreme Lord. That means one will get what? Sarupya Mukti. So this mukti is being given to those who walks beside the cart, behind the cart, or in front of the cart. Vishnaiva Samahasarva. He will get Sarupya Mukti, the same form as that of Lord Vishnu, even though he is a person from a low caste or a dog eater. So a similar statement is there in Bhavishya Purana that even if one born in a lower family, a person who follows the Rath Yatra car, where the deities pass in front or whom behind, will surely be elevated to the position of achieving equal opulence of that of Vishnu. So here it says Vaishnava Samah Sarve, means getting the same form as that of the Lord. But here it's saying equal opulence. That means mukti. Whether it's sarshti, because equal opulence with Vishnu is refers to as sarshti. But equal form as that of the Supreme Lord is known as sarupya. So irrespective, whichever it is, but one will be getting that mukti. I have to see the time. Oh, 4 minutes left. Okay, we'll do one more and then we'll stop. Sthane gatihi. Now next is sthane gatihi. Sthanam, so now he's defining. Srila Rupa Goswami is defining what is sthane gati. Right? So, sthanam tirtham graham chasya tatra tirthe gatir yathaha. So he is defining what is sthana, means to walk to an abode of the Supreme Lord. Either one can go to tirtha, the tirtha. Tirtha refers to where the holy rivers are flown, whether it is Ganga or Yamuna, that is tirtha graha. Graha means alaya, that is temple of the Lord. Okay, so sthanam tirtham graham. So he is explaining, Rupa Goswami is now explaining what is sthane gati. Sthane gati is just the limb. Right now, he's saying sthane gati refers to tirtham graham, whether it is tirtha or it is graham or it is alya, it is temple. So first he is giving the example of tirtha. So from Puranantare, from the Puranas, he is quoting, Samsara maru kantara nistara karana shamahu shlakahus tva eva charanau yav hares tirtha gaminau. So first he is telling about tirtha. If somebody walk towards that tirtha of Hari, then what happens? Samsara maro kantara nistara karana shamau. Samsara refers to this material ocean. The material existence is known as samsara, or it's known as ocean of material existence, right? This is like a maru, like a desert. And he's saying this samsara, he's not referring here to be as an ocean, but here he is referring to be as a desert. So that desert, which is kantara nistara, which is very, very difficult to cross over. But if somebody walks to that abode of the Lord, that tirth of the Lord, then shlaghau means your such feet. You become competent enough. Shlaghau to eva charanau. With your lotus feet, when you are walking, of course, our feet are not lotus feet. With our feet, we are walking. That's why the word au is used. Au refers to the pair, duivachan. So we walk with 2 feet, right? So shlaghahu means such feet, they become the worthy of praise. Why? Because they are walking where? Hare's Tirtha Gamino. They are going to the holy places of Lord Hari, the Tirtha. So a person who attempt to visit the holy places of pilgrimage like Vrindavan, Dwarka or Mathura are actually glorified. Shlaghau. Those feet are worthy of praise. By such traveling activities, they can pass over the desert of material existence. Samsara marav kantara nistara, which is very, very difficult to cross over. This desert is very, very difficult to cross over. But your feet becomes the karana. It becomes the cause, the glorious cause to cross over that desert. Which feet? Those feet who are always attempting to go to the Tirthagamino, Hari Tirthagamino, those who are visiting the holy places of pilgrimage. So this is about Tirtha. Now Graham. Graham means Alya or the temple. So from Alya Cha, he is quoting from Hari Bhakti Shubhodaya. Pravishyamalayam Vishnu Dashnartham Shubhaktima Na Bhuya Pravishan Matur Kukshikara Gram Shuddhi. Suddhi. Suddhi refers to very, very intelligent person. A person who is very intelligent, a devotee who is very intelligent and so bhaktiman, and who is basically, you can say, a very, very devoted and intelligent soul. Praveshyam Alayam Vishnu, if he uses his feet to enter into the temple of Vishnu, means he walked to the temple premises. If he often goes to the temple, attend the temple programs, entering into the temple of Vishnu, for what? Dashnartham, for having the darshan of the deities. That loving devotee, that devoted soul, Shu Bhaktiman, and who is very, very intelligent, Na Bhuva Pravishyan, he doesn't enter. Where does he, where he doesn't enter? Madhu Kukshi Karagraham. That person doesn't have to enter again into the prison house of any mother's womb in any species of life. Means he is liberated from the cycle of birth and death. Na bhuva pravishya madhu kukshi karagraham, because that person is Sudhi, he is very intelligent. So Prabhupada is quoting, in the Hari Bhakti Shubhodaya, there is a statement about the benefit of visiting the temples of Lord Shri Krishna. As we have explained previously in Vrindavan, Mathura and Dwarka, the system is that all the devotees, they take advantage of visiting various temples situated in those holy places. So when we are in such places, especially in Vrindavan, we always go to Sabdevalya, we go to the temple of Radha Madan Mohan, of Radha Gopinath, Radha Govind Dev Ji, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Raman, Radha Vallabh, Radha Shyam Sundar. Right? We visit all these temples. It is stated in Hari Bhakti Shodhaya, persons who are impelled by a pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness and therefore go to see the deities, darshanartham, of Vishnu in the temple, we surely get relief from what? Entering into the prison house of mother's womb. Na bhuya pravishyan madhu kukshi karagraham. They don't enter into the womb, into the prison house of any womb of a mother in any species of life. The conditioned soul forgets the trouble of living within the mother's womb during birth. But it is very painful and a terrible experience. The birth is one of the cause of that material, is the material suffering. In order to make an escape from this material condition, one is advised to visit the temple of Vishnu with devotional consciousness. Because when we go to the temple of Vishnu, yes, he is saying darshanartham, that we take darshan of the deities, we see, but it is very important also to hear. So when we go, we hear Bhagavad Katha. We go and hear Bhagavad Katha. Even for these pilgrimage, these places of pilgrimage, it is recommended that one should not see these holy places with our eyes, because eyes, we have imperfect senses, right? That's the 4 defects. One of the 4 defects we have in this human form of life is imperfect senses. Our senses are imperfect. So naturally, we will not be able to hold on to the glories of Dham, because the eyes are imperfect. So they will see only the contamination and only the impurity which is prevailing in the dhams in Kali Yuga. But when we see dham through our ears, through Shabda Praman, when we hear from a bona fide person about the glories of the holy dham, that is what is seeing the dham. So similarly, when we go to such temples, when we go to such dhams, we should hear the dham. We should see the dham through our ears. That means we should always associate with devotees of the Lord, and we should discuss and hear some Krishna Katha. And when we hear that, then we will never enter into the mother's womb. So it's very difficult, but then one can easily get out of this miserable condition of material birth. Okay, then we have parikrama. What we will do is, okay, it's already time, 5 minutes ahead. So we'll stop here because there are around 44 mentioned in this chapter, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so rest we will cover next Friday because it was very difficult to cover all. So we stopped at 29, right? Yeah, we covered till 28, sorry. So from 29th, parikrama, that is circumambulation, that we will cover next Friday. Thank you all so much. We'll stop here. Let's see if we have any additions, any corrections. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much, Mataji, for a very beautiful class. Mataji, in this chapter, we have seen it like bhakti is so simple, just going to temple once, offer obeisances, just wear tulsi mala, offer one dandavat. This is all day, okay. But there were also other statements, Mataji, which says bhakti is so difficult. For example, as you said, Bho Janma Yadi Kavi Kirtan. For example, Srimad Bhagavatam, there are statements if you hear just one verse, one shloka, you will get liberated. But there is also a pastime of Dhundukavi and Gokarna. Both heard, but one got delivered. There is so much contradiction in this both. So how
No,
do I
there is no
understand?
contradiction. There is no contradiction at all. There is no contradiction. It is very, very simple. Enrolling yourself in the process of Bhakti Yoga, very, very simple. Sulabha Partha, Krishna says. Attaining the perfection of Bhakti Yoga is so durlabha, as mentioned by one of the characteristics of pure devotional service by Srila Rupa Goswami. That attaining the perfection, one is entering into that path, and another is qualifying and exiting the path. Right? Entering into that path is very, very easy. So one is yoga ruda stage, another is yoga aruruksha stage. Aruruksha stage is when you step into any yoga process. And aruda stage is when you perfect that yoga process. So enrolling yourself in the path of Bhakti Yoga, very, very simple. Attaining the perfection in this path of Bhakti Yoga, sudurlabha. That is very, very difficult. Now when we hear such statements, that just by going to the temple, we are liberated from the sins, and by bowing down in front of the Lord, we are liberated from the sins. That refers to Prabhuji, parikrabandhana means, you have seen that in the childhood we used to play some race, and we says on a marks, get sets, and then our teacher says go, and then we start running. So till that on your marks, get sets means you tie something on your waist saying that yes, you are ready to go now, right? So that is tying something on our waist, means preparing ourselves. So when that when our scriptures say that we do this, then we are liberated. That means we are still on the path of liberation. We have not attained liberation, but we have attained, we have enrolled ourselves, or we are walking on the path of liberation. Like examples, this also I have given many times. If I'm coming to your state, if I'm coming to Andhra or Hyderabad, and if somebody comes to my home and they ask my Prabhu, where is Mataji? And then she has gone to Hyderabad. I may be at the airport, I may be just entering the airport or exiting the airport. He doesn't know. Or maybe I'm just in the corner of my street in the cab, yet not reached the airport. But my Prabhu will say that she has gone to Hyderabad. Have I reached Hyderabad? No. So that is what is meaning is that we are liberated or our sins are destroyed. All the accumulated sins are destroyed. So we have to understand that we are on that path. We are on that path where all the sins will be destroyed. We are on the path where we will be liberated. We are liberated or not, that's not is mentioned. But we are on the path of doing that activity. So we have just tied the parikar, means we have just ready to walk on that path. We will achieve later when we perfect in that yoga process. So that's how we have to understand. These statements that are given in our scriptures, they are not arthavad. We should not think that they are mere exaggeration, because then that becomes what? That becomes the fifth nama or sixth nama prad. To give an to think that the glories of the holy name is mere an exaggeration. It is not an exaggeration. It is true because it is mentioned in the scriptures. But we have not yet achieved because we have started walking on that path right now. So we are still walking on that path. And then we walk or we are steady in our services, then we will achieve that perfection. And to that, Srila Rupa Goswami says that many start enrolling. Thousands of people enroll themselves. Hundreds of them walk on the path and maintain their steadiness on this path. But only few are able to achieve perfection. And out of those who achieve perfection, only one really knows who Krishna is. Manushyanam Sahasraksha. Yes, Prabhu, hope you are able to understand.
So Mataji, my understanding is, for example, for clapping the hands, means it just I have to understand it is the end result. Means whatever I'm reading or hearing, it is the end result. It will happen,
So when
not
you
now.
clap your hands, it is said that the sins are on their way to leave our quota.
Not
They
yet
are
lived,
on
but
our
will
way, not gone, 100% not gone, but they are on our way to leave our sanchit karmas, our storehouse. So therefore, better keep clapping, dancing, and then slowly and gradually, all the sins will be gone. This is
Thank
how
you so
we
much,
have to.
Mataji. So whatever the phalashutis are there, it is the end result, not the immediate.
Not immediate. Nothing is immediate. It's that you enroll yourself on that. Enrolling things happen.
And to make immediate, what is required means consciousness or
See, nothing happens in flick of a second, unless and until we are, like, for example, is given of, like Srila Prabhupada says, that it only takes 1 minute to become Krishna conscious. Yes, it takes 1 minute to become Krishna conscious, but then you have to maintain that Krishna consciousness also. So Rome was not built in a day. It's a slowly and a gradual step. But the point is, we have to do it with nishtha, with determination, and keep on doing it. It's not a one-day thing. It's just keep on doing it. Yes, it is said that even if somebody chants, once if somebody says the name Hari, that's it. But that means that person will attain lot of agyat sukriti that will help the person to come to that level where they can chant more Krishna's name, maybe in next lifetime. That's how we have to understand. That
Thank you so much,
sukriti
Mataji.
is added, right? Yeah.
Thank
So
you so much,
no
Mataji.
contradiction. No, it should be very, very clear in our mind. No contradiction.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Mataji.
Rupal Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So what does Prabhupada mean when he says you can become Krishna conscious in one second or 1 minute?
You can become Krishna conscious means your consciousness can be aligned 100% towards the lotus feet of Krishna. And that requires how much time? Within a minute, a transformation can happen in your heart. Within a minute. It doesn't take too long. Those who are adamant, those who are stubborn may take a lifetime to become Krishna consciousness. But otherwise, to become Krishna consciousness, how much time it takes? It takes just 1 minute. When I was, I joined, somebody introduced me to Krishna consciousness. It was very difficult for me to leave onion and garlic because we are from North India and we are very prone to eating all these things. Of course, non-veg we didn't have ever, but this leaving onion garlic was a real austerity for me at that time. But then slowly and gradually we were hearing that yes, you have to leave, you have to leave. Okay, we leave one day, we lived one day. It was still lingering on, this process was lingering on. But then one fine day we were sitting with one very nice devotee and we were having this discussion. And that discussion went so deep that it brought immense transformation in the heart, that as soon as that devotee left our house, it was around 10:30 or 11 in the nighttime, evening. It was a Bhakti Vriksha program. And after that Bhakti Vriksha program, we were sitting and having this one-to-one conversation. And just I was discussing that it's so hard to leave. And we were discussing, and that discussion maybe went for 15-20 minutes. And he left after that. And as soon as he left, me and my Prabhu decided, that's it. We took our onion bag, garlic bag, and we threw it in the dustbin. And that was the end of the story. So how much time it took? You can say it took several months because we were still trying. But ultimately, that real transformation happens when? That very moment when we were discussing, that transformation happened in our heart. And as soon as Prabhu left, we decided that today is the last day and tomorrow onwards, we are not going to cook anything with onion and garlic. So that's what, when Prabhupada says it takes only 1 minute to become Krishna conscious, means leave behind all your material consciousness and focus only on Krishna. And that is what is Krishna consciousness. And it requires only 1 minute. Because the real transformation happens with the words of the sadhu. When you hear somebody saying something that touches your heart, and that brings a lot of changes in your lifestyle. Hope that helps, Rupal Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. I have one more question, Mataji. So when we went to Vrindavan, we only had prasadam everywhere. But we wanted to try something local, like we wanted to try that local ghee jalebi. So while going to Govardhan, there were a lot of shops, and we used to see like they are like, we cannot say that they are Krishna conscious, but they had a lot of deity at their shop and things. So is it, what is this called? Like, this is like a desire kind of thing to have like from local, like Vrindavan thing. What category it falls in?
Of course, it's sense gratification.
Sense gratification, yeah.
Because there is nowhere Krishna is involved. You don't want to buy doodh jalebi or ghee jalebi and offer it to Krishna. You just want to taste it yourself.
Yeah, we did do prayer, but still they are not made by
That's
us.
a side thing.
Side thing, yeah. Like cover up
But
thing.
you have to decide among yourself what is your hidden agenda. You want to eat, or you have a desperate desire to offer it to Krishna. Decide yourself and you'll get the answer.
Yeah, there was another desire was to learn. Yeah.
But on the side note, anything that you eat in Sri Vrindavan Dham, especially in Parikrama Marg, where it is not offered, it is not made up of onion and garlic, it is okay to eat. It is okay to honor because it's a dham. So yes, you can eat, you can relish, no problem, because that's the only place where the devotees can eat outside, because nothing is made with onion, garlic, non-veg, nothing. but still be, cautious enough that you don't eat something, because still in Vrindavan Dham, when I was there few days back, and in Parikrama Marg, where you do Vrindavan Parikrama, in that marg, yes, all the hotels, restaurants, whatever they are without onion and garlic, and some do offer also to their deities, which they have in their restaurant. But outside of Parikrama Marg, I've seen some onion garlic is also there. So be cautious, and you can eat, but be very, very cautious that it doesn't have onion and garlic, and then you can order.
Yeah. This place, they were only making jalebis, so only.
So
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
another
okay.
desire is to like how to make that kind of a taste at home or something to learn. Learning is another desire, but
That's a very pure desire. That's a good desire that you want to learn because you want to offer it to your deities. So that's desire is good. That desire even Shripad Madhavendra Puri had when he went to Ramuna to that Kirtida Gopinath, the kheer, the rice pudding, the rice kheer that was offered to Gopinath. Madhavendra Puri had a desire that, I want to taste this. But I want to taste, why? Because I want to make the similar one for my Gopinath, for my Gopal, who is there in Vrindavan. But at that time, Pujari has yet not offered it to Gopinath, and Madhavendra Puri said that I'm so bad, this is not good, something which has yet not offered to the Lord. I got the desire to taste it. And thinking this way, he left everything and he was there in the forest and he was repenting, regretting on his actions. But Gopinath understood that yes, his actions was that he wants to taste it, but his intention was very pure because he wants to offer it to his Gopal. So Gopinath, in the middle of the night, he called his pujari in his dream that you should come, and I've hidden one bowl of that kheer, that mud pot, and you take it and you offer this to Madhavendra Puri. So having that desire to learn something, to cook something, and then not for our own selves, but I wanted to make it for my Lord, for my lordships, for my deities. That's a very pure desire. That's very good.
Thank you, Madhavi. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. There are no more questions. So with your permission, can we end the call?
Yeah, sure. We can end up. Let me just quickly see those chat messages.
I have a question, Mataji.
Yes, please go ahead, Kiran Mataji.
When you're talking about Tilak and Kantimala, so are only initiated devotees can wear the Kantimala?
No, Kantimala anybody can wear, provided we have to make sure that the devotee is not taking anything non-vegetarian.
Yeah.
Then Kantimala, because this is Tulasi Devi, right? So can wear. But that Kantimala should also be only 1 round or max 2 rounds, because only after initiation we are recommended to wear the 3 rounds.
3 rounds, yes. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
So, Mataji, if someone is consuming garlic, still they can have it, Tulsi?
Recommended not to wear, but it's still okay to wear.
Thank you, Mataji.
Because onion garlic is still considered to be vegetarian. So it's still okay, but recommend processes that try to give up all these things and only then wear it. Yes, I don't know who is this Zoom user. If you can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Panchanga Namaskaram to you. All best Srila Prabhupada, all best Guru and Gauranga. Mataji, my name is Sundari Mataji.
Sundari, okay, yes, go ahead.
Mataji, according to this Kanti Mala, like when we go to buy the things, Mala is available such a long one, we can make it as a 3 rounds around the neck. Or sometimes it is available in only one string, it's coming into the neck. So which one is the preferred to use it, Mataji? One is okay?
If one is not initiated, then it's better to wear 1 round. If initiated, then it's recommended to wear only 3 rounds, not less than that.
So initiated devotees can wear 3 rounds. not
Not
initiated?
can, they should wear 3 rounds.
Oh, okay, okay.
Those who are not initiated should wear 1 round or max 2 rounds.
Oh, okay, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, devotees, we'll stop here now and we'll continue with our 9th chapter only next week. And we'll try to complete all the rest of the limbs of devotional service supported by Srila Rupa Goswami.
Sorry, Mataji, I want to ask you.
Yes,
Hare Krishna, Mataji. If I cannot, you talk about bow down, right? Yeah, to the deity, but I cannot sit down and I cannot do like that. So I do only my head down. So is it okay, Mataji?
It's okay because Deshakala Paristhiti, this comes under Paristhiti, and the circumstances where your knees, legs doesn't allow you to bow down, so you can do Manasik Seva. Do Manasik Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji, so much. Yeah, I always do like that. Only my hand I
Krishna
touch on
is
my
very
floor.
sweet. We should never consider that Krishna is holding a stick in his hand and one mistake we do and we'll get a tight one. No, Krishna is not like, he's a loving father. He knows our situation. He knows, but for you it's okay because you have certain problem. But a person like me who just out of laziness doesn't bow down, will not be
No,
accepted.
Mataji, you can be a lazy. I don't know why you say like that.
So, but yes, Desh Kala Paristhiti is the most important. Time, place, circumstances we should follow because we have to be practical also.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Okay, we'll stop. Vancha kalpatarupascha kripa sindhu
Sindhubhya
Patitanam
pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
Namo
Namaha.
Namaha.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava
Koti
Vrinda
Vaishnavindi
Vrinda
ki
ki
jai.
jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Sadhu ki
jai.
jai.
Swami Prabhupada
Kirti
ki jai,
Dasumari
Ki
Shri
Devdasi
jai.
Mataji
Mataji
ki
ki
jai.
jai.
Thank you,
Jai.
Mataji.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Pranam.
Mataji,
Mataji.
Dandavat
Hare Krishna,
Pranam.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna, Hare
Mataji.
Bol.
Hare
Hari Bol,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Hare Bol. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna
Hari
Mataji is
Bol,
not
Hari Bol,
available.
Hari
I'll take
Bol.
Hare Bol. Hare Bol. Hare Bol, Mataji. Thank you.
Vilasni Mataji, I have to end the call. I cannot take host.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna Mataji.
I don't know whether Preeti Mataji is there or not. I don't know who's going to end the call. Okay, I cannot take host.
Krishna wants that you keep continue.
We can continue.
Somebody has to end.
We all exit, it won't end by its own.
No, it won't.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll leave and join again as Bhakti Sangha and then take host and then we'll leave the call. That's all I